The beautifully named star of MIAPLACIDUS and the white subgiant star of ALIOTH are two A-class subgiant stars in the near to medium vicinity. While you may not have heard of these two magnificent additions, you likely have seen them. Hi everyone, Vega here, and in today's video we return to our brightest stars series to consider these two wonderful stars. So let's get to it. MIAPLACIDUS, or Mia for short, is the second brightest star in the Carinae constellation, after Alpha Carinae, or Canopus as it's more commonly known. Mia is the 28th brightest star in the night sky, and at plus 1.69 apparent magnitude, it is ever so slightly fainter than its more illustrious cousins of Shaula, Castor and Bellatrix. Found some 113 light-years from the Sun, the star forms a crucial part of the Diamond Cross asterism. The Diamond Cross is prominent in the southern hemisphere, and is particularly visible from latitudes below the equator. It's a notable feature of the Carinae constellation, and it lies between the brighter Southern Cross and False Cross. Mia, while the brightest star in the Diamond Cross, is in a strange twist of fate the least powerful, and it remains the brightest as it's by far the closest of the four stars. Indeed, its name MIAPLACIDUS is a harmonious fusion of Arabic and Latin, representing waters and placid respectively. This A13 class star is substantially larger than other A-class stars in our vicinity, like Sirius, Vega or Altair, or even Fomalhaut, and subsequently has a luminosity approximately 288 times that of our Sun. It exhibits all the characteristics of a white subgiant star we might expect. Indeed, you might think of Mia as part of the next level up of A-class stars, after the likes of Sirius, and in reality it's much like stars like Rigil A or Alpha Ophiuchi A. Mia, however, varies in the fact that it's currently on a journey away from the stellar mainstream, and so far has already expanded to nearly 7 times the Sun's radius. The star boasts 3.5 solar masses. Despite its relative grandeur, for our local area at least, Mia is not destined for a supernova demise. Instead, in the not too distant future, it will gracefully evolve into a red giant star before casting off its outer layers and fading away as a white dwarf. So far, no debris disk or planetary companions have been detected around the star, although as a short-lived giant star, the likelihood of any habitable planets in orbit around Mia is somewhat moot, as life likely wouldn't have time to evolve. Mia is renowned like other A-class stars Vega and Altair for having rapid rotation. Mia also, however, has an unusually high metallicity, which does tend to point to the likelihood of planets in the system even if we haven't discovered them. ALIOTH, another A-class star in our vicinity, takes centre stage in the constellation of Ursa Major. The star boasts an apparent magnitude of plus 1.77, which makes it the 33rd brightest star in the sky. Positioned in the Bear's Tail and forming part of the constellation's famous 4 quadrangle, ALIOTH, as we see, holds a prominent position in the Big Dipper's handle. Approximately 81 light-years from the Sun, it's smaller than Mia, with a mass of 2.91 suns and a luminosity just over 100. Its radius is also smaller than MIAPLACIDUS, at 4.14 solar radii. The star is no slouch, but of the two in today's video it is the lesser star. ALIOTH is a peculiar star, and its fluctuating spectra changes over a 5.1 day period. Its classification is A13P, and like Mia it is a white subgiant star. Interestingly, the P denotes its peculiar nature, creating spectral ambiguity between the A and B classes. Despite its powerful radiance, ALIOTH's magnetic field is surprisingly weak for this type of star, with a field just 100 times stronger than Earth's and barely 6 times stronger than Jupiter. In terms of colour, ALIOTH, unsurprisingly being a star that lies in between the A and B class, leans towards a slightly more blue hue compared to MIAPLACIDUS. ALIOTH's BV colour index is minus 0.02, whereas Mia at 0 is almost purely white, much like its A-class counterparts in our vicinity, Vega and Sirius. The egg-shaped Altair, however, is slightly yellower with a value of 0.22 as we see in this diagram. ALIOTH, just like MIAPLACIDUS, will swell and become a red giant star before puffing out its outer layers to reveal a white dwarf star, as to which it will end its days. In today's graphic, we imagine the two stars were to spontaneously appear in the centre of our solar system, alongside our beautiful Sun. The planet Uranus lies some 2.9 billion kilometres from the Sun, and viewed from the vantage points of its beautiful moon of Titania, our Sun shines at minus 20.37. Next we see ALIOTH appear, a much more powerful star, as I'm sure you'll consider, and it lights up our fragile moon with an apparent magnitude of minus 25.39, which is roughly the brightness of the Sun from Mars. Titania's fragile atmosphere begins to thaw. Finally, the beautiful MIAPLACIDUS appears with an apparent magnitude of -26.48, and the star is now substantially brighter than ALIOTH, although ever so slightly dimmer than the Sun, as we see it from Earth. Of course, Titania remains much further away than Earth, and it would continue to heat up under such conditions, and in an interesting twist of fate, the combined brightness of the three stars would reach -26.82 apparent magnitude, which is almost exactly the same brightness as the Sun is from Earth. MIAPLACIDUS and ALIOTH are two A-class stars in our local neighbourhood. The slightly more powerful MIAPLACIDUS has left the main sequence and burns helium in its core. Its days are numbered, and over the next few tens of millions of years will slowly swell in size to a red giant destiny. ALIOTH, on the other hand, is a peculiar star that mimics the B-class blue stars of the designation above it. Forming part of the famous Ursa Major constellation, it has a surprisingly weak magnetic field for a star of its kind. Both stars so far in our studies are alone in their journey through the cosmos, although if they were to encounter our solar system and join with our Sun, our Earth would quickly become a toasted world, whereas the Uranian system would likely become habitable. Both stars are beautiful white A-class stars. Why not take a look next time you have a clear sky, and consider and wonder about these two mesmerising celestial objects. Thanks for watching, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. If you'd like to support the channel further, you can consider buying me a coffee, and I'll link this in the description. Thanks to those of you who have already done so. And if you have any videos or subjects that you'd like to see brought to life, don't forget to let me know in the comments below, and it could be your idea next week that shows up. Take really good care of yourselves, look after your friends and family well, and I'll see you on the next one.